Art to say suggestion via a channel member. The name of the video is Palisades resident says she was dismissed by Newsom in a viral confrontation. All right, let's get it. Let's go now. Let's see where this takes us, guys.
So you may have seen this video the other day. A Pacific Palisades resident out here confronted California Governor Gavin Newsom as he was touring the area. And he said he was on a phone call with Biden and couldn't speak, President Biden, excuse me, and that he couldn't speak to her. Here's part of that exchange. Take a listen.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one building another. Governor, please tell me what.
Bro, he doesn't care. Bro, like, look at the smug. Listen to the smugness.
Devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one building another.
Take your glasses off.
Please tell me what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be.
Next time.
Has to be, of course.
You want to rebuild in this place? You know, listen, you just lost every single thing that you had, okay? You lost your entire community. Your first thing now would be obviously making sure the insurance is going to cover all these things, and then you getting out of this area completely. Like, it's time to go. It's obviously time. Like, you don't need a second time. You said, is it going to be better the next time? Is it going to be different the next time? Please leave this area immediately, okay? Leave immediately. Don't
so that was
look
Pacific
back.
Palisades resident Rachel Darvish, who was confronting California Governor Gavin Newsom there. Rachel's kind enough to join us this morning. Rachel, we thank you for your time. I guess my first question to you, what did you make of your exchange with the governor?
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me here. Look, let me sort of pivot off of what was heard earlier by your former guest. I know that we shouldn't be name calling. It's probably not the right thing to do. I don't want to be name calling. I also don't want to be here talking to you under these particular circumstances.
Of course not.
So the 2 people that I think are irrelevant to the solution should not be part of the solution. That's what I would say. So if we don't want to name call, we don't have to.
Please name call so we have a better understanding of exactly who you're talking about here.
But we also don't need irrelevance in this situation. I feel like the conversation I had with the governor, every time I see it now, makes me feel like I was irrelevant, but it's actually he was irrelevant. He wasn't on the phone with the president. So that's how I feel. That's what I make of that conversation. And at the moment, it was really all emotion, just trying to get to him to say, really, what can you do for us? I'm standing here looking at the rubble of the school my daughter is going to. She's 3. These little kids don't have a future. And I am sort of dismissed as if my questions are inappropriate.
They in fact do have a future. They're alive. Firstly, they may not have a specific future in this specific place because hopefully you're going to get your insurance money and move on. Obviously, if this is an area that is being plagued consistently with these wildfires, then I would think intelligently you would then pick your things up and actually create a brand new future for your kid here.
That's how I feel now, even more. Every time I watch this clip, it's devastating.
Yeah, you know, the clip has gone viral. It's got millions of views at this point. I'm just curious, you know, when you went up to him and you were questioning him, he said he didn't have time because he was on the phone with President Biden. And you asked, well, can I join the phone call? He looks down at the phone and says, well, I don't have service. I'm trying to call him right now. So he wasn't actually on the phone with him. Did you just get the sense that he was just trying to brush you off and get you to go away?
Yes.
Well, look, I actually got a chance to have a glimpse of his phone. So I mean, if he showed it to me, I feel like there was no conversation. Don't hide it from the world. Don't tell people. The first call was not to the White House. That I can guarantee you. And at the moment, there was no call on the line. So put those two things together. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. So thank you, Governor Newsom, for that amount of respect that you had for me at that moment. I don't appreciate it.
Okay, like here's the thing. I think people are putting too much stock in elected officials. I think we need to be just completely honest here. There are individuals who've run gigantic swaths of land, like a state, let's say. Right? A lot of these people, you know, you're expecting them to care about something they really don't really care about. Every single thing they own and love is completely safe and away from all of this. If his house was anywhere near this area, then guess what would have happened? Most likely none of these things. He does not care. Most elected officials do not care. No one is going to save you but you. And I think that's the thing that people need to kind of realize here. Don't look for someone to save you. You have to save yourself. And unfortunately, you own property in a place that is just consistently known for this. It's just time to do something different. Life happens, and sometimes you have to move a ginormous, let's say, distance away from where you were. Take this as a lesson, and please do not rebuild on this property.
You know, one of the big topics out here has been the lack of water or water pressure in those initial hours of the Palisades fire. Governor Newsom was asked about that the other day, and he said, well, the locals are going to figure it out. That's their issue. Now he's calling for an outside investigation into what happened with those fire hydrants. We've got about 30 seconds left. Just curious for your reaction to that.
My reaction, I think, goes back to my statement at the beginning. I mean, it took a long time for him to make that admission and actually go forward with that. These are the things that make him and Karen Bass sort of irrelevant at this point. Whatever infighting is going on, whatever's going on. Look, you're sending out notifications for us to evacuate, and then you're coming back and telling us, oh, we made a mistake and we're so sorry. This is just this bungling upon bungling on top of each other. When is it going to end, and when are we going to get this taken care of and under control? So how do I feel about the water? I saw it myself. I didn't see a single fire hydrant being used at the time while I was sitting on a hill for 4 hours trying to get down to safety. I didn't see a fire truck come up the hill because they actually probably couldn't, because there was no organization on how to get people off of the hill. How do you get to the fire roads in the back? Why are there fire roads? We live by the ocean. We live by the ocean.
Okay.
Why were those drops not done sooner? Why were those? Why was there not enough water? You live by the ocean. I don't know. I'm just a mom, and I'm hoping other moms may want to get together. Let's try to fix the state. Let's try to fix the state, because I got to tell you, my morning, my night, I don't have them anymore. I don't have a life anymore. I don't have anything.
You have your daughter and you've got your life, and we are so happy to hear that. We're so thankful both of you are okay. Rachel Darvish, thank you so much for your time this morning. Wishing for the best for you guys. Cheryl?
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Now, when the governor basically said that he basically passed it down to someone else, like, you can't ask me these questions, you have to ask the person who I delegated all of this to, that's not a wrong answer. In that instance, that specifically is not a wrong answer. In order to run something as large as California, you have to have a gigantic amount of people that you can delegate things to. And that issue is delegated to someone else, right? Now, obviously, the buck stops legitimately at the governor because, hey, listen, you should have put more money into this because this was obviously needed. You're looking at an area that is constantly being bombarded with wildfires, and you're really doing nothing to even fix or mitigate the issues here at all. First of all, get all those trees down. That may sound, I get it, it's California, right? It's California. There are a lot of people that like the trees. But obviously, if you have issues here, you shouldn't have them. To be honest, you shouldn't have them. That would save a lot. You would save a lot of issues, just by getting rid of all the trees that surround your property, or just do not rebuild here. Like, there have been places like Centralia, Pennsylvania, where the government has come in and basically said, "Hey, listen, you guys can't live here anymore. Forget this." Okay. Like, I get it, you like the view and all this other nonsense, but hey, how about this? You can't live here anymore, All right. Centralia got to the point where there was one person left, one house left in the entire town. And once he expired, let's say, no one else could rebuild on that property. Okay. A lot of these people, went, to neighboring towns and things like that, guys. Understand this here. If you are in an area like that, the government should be stepping in and being like, we're done now. All right. Like, look at the insurance companies pulling out immediately of all these places. Look at it. Just look at this. They're pulling out. If your government is not going to do anything about it, then you have to do something about it yourself. Stop buying here. Okay. Stop moving somewhere because of the zip code. And I know that's a thing in California. Like, stop doing that. It's not really conducive to the upbringing you're trying to give to your kids, specifically if you're saying blatantly, she's going to have no future. All she's really talking about is material things. I get it. She just lost everything. So this is heavily on the front of her mind, basically, guys, right? But you have your daughter. That's what matters. The only thing important in my entire house is my wife and my kid. That's it. Okay? Every single thing else can be replaced. But hopefully she replaces it somewhere else. Get out of California. If you can afford to leave California, why are you even there? Terrible state. But all right, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. The fact that you just made it to the end of the video says a whole lot, actually. We have a couple other channels. Mr. Al Boyd Music, Mr. Al Boyd Movie Reacts, along with Mr. Al Boyd Discusses, where I just generally speak about the things that specifically matter to me. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.